Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I usually like to make a video when I'm in a really good mood, and this is part of universal law. So if you emit a positive frequency to thousands of people, you will get it back and then some. Same thing if you emit a negative frequency to people, then you will get it back tenfold, and who wants that? But I wanted to talk about the I am God frequency. So sometimes messages are, it's the same message but repackaged in different ways because different people understand information differently because we're all unique individuals. But the I am God frequency, why would we want to be anything else? I have no idea. But I've talked about this before, the Kundalini awakening, the prana energy, the life force energy. Once that awakens within you, you'll notice the brain or the ego mind starting to create stories. Or if you are just the observer of your experience, so your soul is observing your body or your brain process information, because that's all it is processing sensory information, you'll start to notice the ego brain telling stories about who you are, different experiences, maybe some's an ego projection to protect you, and then the problem is that we start believing that that's us, and we are so much more than that. But I've noticed as an observer in this community is we are trying to understand spirituality, benevolent extraterrestrials, spirit, God, when we, through the ego mind or through the logical brain, when we are God. We are God. All we have to do is remember who we are. And I wanted to talk about hearing voices in the head. So when you start to observe the mind as an observer, you are a storyteller. So your subconscious or your ego is telling a story. So when we hear voices in our head saying certain things, it's not necessarily always psychic information. It could be you. It could be you. It could be your voice. You maybe just aren't used to listening to yourself. And that will happen, like, I've noticed that, like, very early on, like, in the beginning of meditation, noticing myself tell myself stories. And so I think we have to be careful. I talk about unseen entities a lot. It may just be your own opinion or your ego brain creating an ego projection to protect you. So when we give information, or everybody does this, like I've done this too, it's part of our programming. You know, my mom said this, so I'm right. Or the alien said this, or I'm right. Or my spirit guide said this, so I'm right. Or I'm wrong, or you're this, or you're whoever. That is the ego brain, y'all. That is needing external validation to validate your own point of view or your own experience. It could be, and it probably is, your own voice, right? Your own voice. And we've all been programmed this way. I posted this on Telegram. Operation Mockingbird is exactly how it sounds. It's parroting information, disinformation to, it's propaganda, disinformation to sway points of view and to benefit the cabal. So it's parroting information. So when we've taken this into the spiritual realm, where we might be hearing our own internal dialogue, our own subconscious programming, which we've all been manipulated subconsciously, and repeating it as a higher consciousness or a higher being telling us this information, and it's us, or it's our subconscious programming, it's your ego. So, but this is normal. Like, this is normal. We all do this. I'm just bringing it to, you know, I am no exception. I'm just bringing this information to the forefront because the power is in I am God frequency. I am God. I am nobody and I am everything. I am not my thoughts, views, opinions, experience. I am God. I am that I am that I am that I am. And so, yeah. That's how do we view ourselves? How do we think of ourselves? Why do we need unseen entities, or why do we need Tom, Dick, or Harry to validate our own thoughts, views, opinions? It's nothing is right or wrong. It's just your ego minds trying to understand your experience. It's the physical brain either trying to protect you, or your subconscious understanding your experience in a certain way. It's not really you. I am God. You are God. We are all God. So that's my little spiel for today. Lots of love to you guys. I'll be back with more videos.